This is Alex. This is Lucky. And this is me. Son of a bitch! What follows is a brief look into the two dogs that currently live in my former house and eat my former food. Can I have some of those?
No. Good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
It took roughly 10 to 14 years to convince my mother to get a dog. Her conditions were that the dog not bite, bark, stink, or shed. We got Lucky here, who was as close to those impossible conditions as dogly possible. Lucky's roughly 9 years old at this point. We got him from a pound in Providence when he was roughly a year old. While Lucky was my first dog, I actually met Alex long before. Alex here was a stray picked up by my cousin in front of a bank when he was just a puppy. My cousin used to regularly bring Alex over to my house so he could run about our backyard. Now, through a few twists of fate, Alex, who is now 14 years old, that's 98 in dog years, resides with my parents in the very home that he often visited as a puppy. Alex and Lucky get along pretty well. Basically, they ignore each other. I think it's because Alex thinks Lucky's too small, and Lucky thinks Alex is a crazy old loudmouth. Although, Alex gets very jealous when Lucky gets attention that he feels should be his.
What?
So anyway, you figure dogs should know tricks, and they do. I personally taught Lucky his repertoire of tricks. He can do speak, up, give me your paw, and roll over. Alex just kind of barks anyway, so speak is kind of irrelevant. He does give me a paw, though, occasionally. Although Alex does it without asking sometimes, just if he wants attention. So I don't know if it could be considered a trick. Both dogs have flaws, I must admit. Lucky gets kind of possessive when he perceives a threat to something he perceives as his. Under his mouth there is a little dog biscuit. So he growls a little. It's his little show. He's all bark and no bite. Well, actually he has bitten a couple times, but it's not too serious. And as for problems with Alex, well, he gets kind of incessant sometimes with the barking.
What?
No canine is perfect. Well, except Lassie. That dog's awesome. But I digress. If I were to compare Lucky with someone, I'd say he was similar to Boris Badenov. Well, he's not Russian, but he's small and thinks he's threatening, and is always being outwitted by Moose and Squirrel. Well, not so much Moose, usually just Squirrel. I guess the closest there is to Alex, at least in physical appearance, is, well... Granted, Alex is probably a mite smarter than Cletus here, but the resemblance is pretty clear. In the end, I love both my dogs equally. I've had Lucky longer, but I've known Alex a long time too. Now, man's best friend? Maybe not. Lucky would probably sell me out for a treat. And Alex, yeah, once you wave a dog biscuit in front of him, he'd probably sell me out too. But still, they're good dogs. I love them both.